Guys, do you like myths being busted? Then we have a treat for you. Welcome back to the channel. It's A1EDU. We're gonna do the top 5 safe myths and we're gonna bust them. We're gonna break them down. We're gonna go over the ones we hear the most, honestly. Now here's what's important, that you jump down in the comment section and you add some more that we can make to the next video about the same topic. Let's go. Safes can be waterproof. There are safe manufacturers that claim water resistance. Absolutely, right? I don't know how much testing goes into that because normally when I see those personally, there's a lot of plastic involved in that, right? What happens when fire comes into the picture? Well, it melts the plastic. So whatever was sealing and so if it was just a flood, maybe, right? Just water rushing, I guess that could work for whatever amount of time, I don't actually know. I don't know any research and I haven't seen any behind it. However, I do know that I look for things like Palusol in the gun safe industry, right? Or even the small home safes, because Palusol will expand, right? It breaks down at 217, 212 degrees, up to 257 degrees, creates a tighter seal between the door and the body. Thus, obviously, if it grows 7 times its natural size, clearly it's going to block water from getting in. Now, the time frame or things behind that, it's more or less kind of good for maybe that first attack from the water hose or whatever that's going through. But if we're strictly talking flood damage, there's not really so much to help us with water protection, to be honest with you. So keep that in mind. It's kind of the analogy, right? If you drive the car slowly through the car wash, water's not getting in. If you drive the car into the lake and park it, eventually water's going to seep in. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about water protection, but overall, no, I'm gonna say no, not waterproof. But let's go to the next myth. So you really shouldn't keep ammo in a safe. That's a myth. Absolute myth, and we're gonna break it. So bottom line is, I couldn't tell you personally, again, there's a whole crowd of locksmiths that work for us, I'll tell you, how many customers have come up to me and told me how their house burned down and they watched it burn to the ground because one of the first questions they were asked from the FD was, hey man, do you have ammo? Is it stored? So not that there's a massive explosion by any stretch of imagination, right? Because that's why we buy, that's how ammo works, right? Rim fire and center fire, because there's an actuator, there's a firing pin and it makes it go boom, right? So no, it's not gonna do the exact same thing, but the casings are gonna get really hot in direct fire. And then they're going to expand and that powder on the inside, yes, is going to pop. There are some wonderful fire department videos that I've seen online that they show you all these great tests, what it looks like when ammo is directly into fire. There's one that I have referred to and I've watched dozens of times in my career. I believe they're from, I know they're up north, I don't want to be wrong. I want to say it's Indiana, but I don't want to be wrong, big fire department. But anyway, they show you all kinds of tests with the fire going off. So if it's in here, and like we talk about, hey man, the temperature in here is only going to get up to 275 to 350 degrees in most safes. That's not hot enough to send ammo off. So please, store your ammo. Well, let's go look at another myth. So, if it's heavy enough, I don't have to bolt it down. So, there's a reason they come with holes to bolt them down, right? Let's give some examples, shan't we? Here's one. I'll never forget, a guy called me and he wanted to buy a safe that was 72 inches tall, 6 foot tall, it was 42 inches wide, it was 30 inches deep. He wanted a very specific color and very specific hardware. And I thought, man, that's amazing. I just sold one of these 6 months ago, the exact same color. And he said, yeah, that's for, my boss. I'm his personal assistant. And I was like, oh, okay, he wants another one. Very common. We have all sold people multiple safes, multiple times, right? Sort of. The other one was stolen. The entire safe that weighed 1,600 pounds was removed from the premises. And it kind of rolls back into, didn't want to mess up my floors by bolting it down. It's okay. They're not gonna mess up that bad, I promise. You can fill them in with anything, right? concrete mix and dye it, or color it, or if they're wood floors, wood putty and color it when you're done, whatever, stain it to match. Like, they're just 4 little holes in the most parts, because most of the time they've got these holes in the bottom of them like that, and there's 4 of them that you can set the safe in place, anchor it down, and you're good. So in the business, we call it 50% of the strength of the security is bolting your safe down, because it doesn't matter how big and bad it is. If they take it with them, they have all the time in the world to work on it. Let's go crack another myth. I hope you're having fun traveling right along with us on our myth busting journey together. Go ahead and smash that like button though. Maybe even a little subscription while you're at it, notification bell, all the things that they're doing on the internet today, you can do that too. This myth is a fun one. This one is, we all know this one, right? These keypads on these safes, man, they're not EMP resistant, obviously. There was actually a really big change in the game well over a decade ago now. I think it's a fair number to say, right? Over a decade ago, where now I'm not telling you that yours on your safe today is, but it can be researched and found out pretty quickly. But companies like Sargent and Greenleaf on a lot of their keypads, companies like SecureRAM on a lot of their keypads, they were working with safe manufacturers and they started doing tests. They were using military standardized testing like the, 461F, I believe, something like that. The sticker right here, sorry. The RS-105 is a test, I believe. I guess that's the test number, or the not patent, but that's the test number, right? Basically saying that these things were tested and they were able to pass the military standardized testing, and they were able to function while being hit with, or being under, I guess, the pressure of 50,000 volts. I have not personally tested that. I don't know if you drop an EMP it would work, but I do like that there is an actual military test and that people are actually using it and showing it. So actually, you can probably get yourself one of these locks pretty easily. I think there's like a link in the description below where you could actually buy a lock and it'll come to you and it'll be EMP resistant and it'll be tested and it should be able to do its job. So if you don't want a mechanical, you like the convenience of a keypad, you can get you one. Let's go find another myth to bust. This is fun, I like this. I'm having a good time. You know, gun safes are just for guns. Huh? No. People walk in the door all the time to the stores and they look around the room and I couldn't tell you how many times you get the reaction of, oh, these are just gun safes. I don't have any guns. Look at all those shelves. And you can get more shelves. Today's safes, and I hope you spend some time watching other videos on this channel that we've brought to you, because you will see the modularity in today's gun safes, right? I personally, the man behind the camera, a list of people that will tell you how many safes have they have sold to people who don't own a gun, right? But you do like the spacious interior in the room and the modularity, like I said, of the shelving, so you can put different stuff in there. So look, you can have your vase. I don't know, do you have a nice vase that you need to put up down there? I personally, guitars, purses, watches. I'd get one guy who's all brass instruments. There's a slew of things that we can do. So if you just need to put up those things, like you got a lot of paperwork and you've got stamp collections and card collections and all these other things. These gun safes today, guys and gals, are amazingly equipped to move around and allow you to have whatever you want. So if you don't own a gun, that's A-okay. See how I did that? It sounded really cool. So be it big, be it small, be it wide, be it tall, modular interiors make it to where now the gun safes aren't just for guns, they're for whatever you need them to be. Now, I think it's important because awkwardly, I've noticed you staring at my t-shirt this entire time that we've been doing this video together, which I do appreciate, to be honest with you. And yes, you can buy this t-shirt and many others. You want a link? Do you want a picture? What are we doing right now? You want one of these, one of those? Listen, a1edustore.com. Get yourself some merch, man. We got t-shirts. We've got cell phone cases. I don't know, we got stuff. Come on, support your local locksmith. Help out a little bit if you don't mind. And if you don't like any, or give me a design idea. I haven't asked for that yet. Give me a cool design idea, and maybe we'll rap about it on the channel here. Like and subscribe as always, and follow along. We really do appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us on this video. Give us some other myths down in the comment section. Give us some ideas. What do you guys want to see besides just safe reviews? We keep trying to find things to bring you guys, okay? So think of those ideas, put them in the comment section down below, and the Mad Scientist and I will see you guys on the next one.